chant some auspicious prayers? Okay, Avni will chant.
Which prayers would you like me to chant?
Any prayers which are dear to your heart to invoke auspiciousness?
Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnana-janashlakya Chakshur Om Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pashtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti-Vedanta Swamini Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pachayane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashtadeshatayane Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Very nice, excellent. Thank you. So, everyone is ready for today? Good. So what did we cover last time? Anyone remembers? Vedi remembers. Please tell in brief.
How to get good grades in school, and we saw this video on Krishna and the sweeper, and you had said to remind you to talk about an alarm and
Good.
the 5 qualities of students again.
Okay, that's excellent. So let's see. Anyone has new realizations before we begin? Anyone has anything new you did? Any new experience from last week? Realization, lessons? Okay. I see a few more devotees friends join. Mishti, Ethereal, Chakrika, Vyom, Radhesh. So thank you all for taking out your valuable time. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalai Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Those who joined in the middle at any point, those who are not familiar with this verse, I would highly recommend to learn this verse. Okay. So we'll talk about the alarm clock today. We will try to see some lessons from there. And we'll also talk about some stories. But all that will be connected to chapter number 12. Okay. So chapter number 12 of Bhagavad Gita. Now we completed chapter 11. You can read the translations at your end if you have not done so yet. Right? We covered few important verses in chapter 11. Number 1 was the how to become a nimitta, or how to become a pencil in the hand of God, like how to become a puppet in the hands of God. You know, when Srila Prabhupada came to US, he said a prayer on Jaladuta, make me dance the way you want me to dance, he said to Krishna. So we can also pray this very nice, sweet prayer. That make me a puppet in the hands. Like in the pencil, we learn that, how many of you seen a puppet show? Have you seen a puppet show? You've seen on video or live? Or you've seen like a YouTube video of that, or you've seen like live? Chakrika, tell, what have you seen?
I didn't do anything, but I just went there and watched it.
Where? Where did you see?
Like in preschool or something, we usually do puppet shows on Fridays.
Did you get some lessons from there?
It was just a story, like a fiction story.
So in the puppet show, what's happening? There's a puppeteer who's behind the scene, right? Do we see the puppeteer who's moving the puppets? Right? He or she is behind the scene. Maybe they come at the end. But all the puppets are dancing nicely, right? How? Because the puppets are connected with the medium of the threads, and those threads are being held by the puppeteer, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. All of you know what I'm talking about, right? All of you know this. So similarly, Prabhupada said that make me a dancing doll, make me a puppet, oh Krishna. So basically, nimitta matra. Was Arjuna capable to kill all the soldiers of the Kaurava or the opponents? What do you think? How many of you say yes? Raise your hand. Krishna is saying, Navya is saying, Karina is like 50-50. Should I not? Raise my hand. How many of you think Arjuna was not capable to kill the Kauravas? And there are only two options, yes or no, right? Okay, let's talk. Okay, for those who say yes, let's talk. Please give me your reasons. Anyone who said yes? Navya, please tell.
Because I think somewhere Lord Krishna says that he's capable of doing it. He just Arjuna just isn't doing it.
Okay. Yes, Mishti, with you.
I wanted to say for why I think not. So because it's like if Arjuna has Krishna with him, then yes, and no doubt Arjuna is like a very strong warrior, but like without Krishna, you can't really do anything. You're not capable of doing anything. And also when Krishna left the earth, Arjuna couldn't even kill like some regular like hunters who were like attacking, and also so that's why, and also he couldn't even kill Bhishma Dev, so that's why.
Yes, and that's a very nice lesson to learn. If we think I can do on my own, then I am on my own, right? If I think that Krishna is with me, then we can win this race. When we run alone, it's called race. When we are with God, it's grace, right? So the race becomes grace when we add the G of God to it. Isn't it beautiful? There's an additional G from race to grace. And that G is the G of God or Govinda. So when we add Govinda to our life, then there is no race, but everything is a grace of God. Isn't it? So yes, Arjuna by himself was not capable, but Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Partha Arjuna, Partha Dhanurdhara. When Krishna is with us, then victory is certain. Like Arjuna's strength was not comparable to Dronacharya or Bhishma and many others. But because Krishna was with him, therefore wherever there is Krishna, there is victory. Okay, so this basically brings us to chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita. And we will not cover all the verses. We will just cover a few of those verses. The chapter is entitled Devotional Service. Okay. And the acronym for this chapter is God. Okay. God. What does God mean? The first G stands for Godhead. Arjuna asks a question to the Supreme Lord. Is God personal or impersonal? How many of you have heard these two words, personal, impersonal? Okay. So what do you say? How many of you say God is impersonal? Okay, Sampada. Change your mind. And you put nice tilak. Good. Karina, Sampada, thank you. I see nice tilak. Avni. Good. I hope others will derive inspiration. Oh, Rama and Krishna are showing their workouts. Good job. Thank you. This is very nice. Like we go to school, there is some etiquette. We go to any place, there is some etiquette of that place, right? There are some rules and regulations. So it will be very nice. Yes, Sampana, please.
I think Krishna is both because he's impersonal because the Brahman Jyoti, it's basically him, and the real person, but he is actually personal too, because he is actually like us, but then he's not really like us. He's even more, like more greater than us.
Very nice. That's correct. But many people just think God is impersonal. So when we say that God is something which he is not, that basically is against the definition of God. Does that make sense? Because God means complete. Om Purnam Idam. Let's learn this verse. Okay? That will be your verse to learn this week. Okay. Om Purnam Adaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnam Adaya Purnam Eva Vishishyate. So Om, the complete whole, is Purna, or completely perfect. You heard this word, Purna, is completely perfect. Anyone already knows this verse? Everyone knows this. Mishti also knows, but everyone can try to learn this, okay? A lot of Purna here. Purnam Adaha, Purnam Idam. This. Let's see the translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is perfect and complete. So Purna means perfect and complete. And because he is completely perfect, all the emanations from him, such as this world, this phenomenal world, are perfectly equipped as complete wholes. Whatever is produced of the complete whole is also complete in itself. Whatever comes from the complete is also complete. Because he is the complete whole, even though so many complete units emanate from him, he still remains the complete. Now this is little difficult to understand, but we'll take a simple example. Let's say you have 20 pens with you. Okay, anyone has 20 pens or pencils or more, right? Most of you may have those, right? Colors, whatever. If you give 5 to your friend, 2 to your father, 1 to your mother, 7 to your brother, 3 to your sister, how many you have left approximately? Almost 0, right? You gave 5 here, 2 here, 3 here, 4 here, 10 here. No matter, even if you have 50 pens, you'll be left with ultimately 0. Yes? Everyone agrees to that? But the Supreme Lord does infinite creations, right? That does not mean that he has now less. If a person is, let's say, very rich and he gives donation, charity, 1,000 here, 5,000, 10,000, million here, ultimately, if he keeps doing, at one point he'll have 0. Correct? You agree with that? But the Supreme Lord is infinite. What comes out from him is infinite, yet still he is infinite. He's not finite. This is the nice verse here. Purnam Adaha, Purnamidam, Purnat Purnam Udachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vishishyate. I'll send this to you so you can do. So back to chapter 12, Devotional Service. The first G stands for Godhead. Remember, when God is with us, it's not a race, it's grace. So God is person, it's not an impersonal. Arjuna clarifies that. And worshipping the personal form is easy. Let's say, someone throws stone on your window and the window cracks. What will be your first reaction? Anyone? Okay, Mahima.
You might be mad because the car is kind of expensive and someone just broke it.
Yeah, that's right. You'll be mad. Okay. What else, Krishna?
You might repair it.
You'll repair it. Okay. What else? Yes, Navya?
You might be mad, but you'll still repair it because you like the car so much.
Yeah, and won't we try to see who threw the stone? Or does the stone came out of by itself? Right? Did the stone came out of by itself? Someone must have. So the stone here represents what? The energy, right? The stone has some energy, right? Kinetic energy. How many of you have heard this word, kinetic energy, right? Every moving object has kinetic energy, right? And a stationary object is called the potential energy. So who provided that energy to the stone? Who provided? Karina?
The person who is holding the stone.
Yes, the person who is holding and who threw the stone. So basically the energy is the impersonal form. And the energetic is the person behind the scene. Isn't it? So energy can not come without the energetic. You agree with that? That energy cannot come without the energetic. So therefore, worshipping the personal form is higher and recommended and more important. The next is the O of options, right? Options to worship the Supreme Lord. The Lord is very, very merciful and He loves all of us. And love is not forced, right? You agree with that? If someone says, you have to serve and love me, otherwise I will kill you. Will that be real love? No. That will be just out of pressure. So similarly, God does not put any pressure upon us. Rather, the Supreme Lord provides us options. Options to reach out to Him. Options to serve Him. And let's go back to the Bhagavad Gita. And read a few verses so that we can hear. Who wants to read, raise your hand? We'll do the 6 and the 7 together. Yes. Mahima, you want to read the verses?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yetu sarvani karmani mayi sannyāsamatpara ananyen aiva yogena mam dhyayanta upashate.
Very nice. Who wants to read the translation? Yes, Karina.
Hare Krishna. But those who worship me, giving up their activities unto me, and being devoted to me without devotion, engaged in devotional service and always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me, O son of Bharta, for them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Oh, thank you. We'll read one more verse, text number 9, which is very, very nice. Who wants to read this one? Yes, Avni?
Hare Krishna. Atachitam samadhatum nashaknoshi mayi stiram abhyasa yogena tato mam icchatum dhananjaya.
Okay, Chikrika, you want to read the translation?
My dear Arjuna, O winner of wealth, if you cannot fix your mind upon me without deviation, then follow the regulative principles of Bhakti-Yoga. In this way, develop a desire to attain me.
Thank you. So basically, what is being discussed in this few verses, the options to worship the Supreme Lord. What is the highest option? Completely mind focused on the Supreme Lord, right? How many of us have that? Mind always absorbed in Krishna, not thinking of anything. That's very high, right? Our mind goes in so many other things. Then the next option is regulative principles of Bhakti-Yoga, as we discuss in this verse. Now, can anyone tell what does regulative principles of Bhakti-Yoga would mean? Some examples, some practices. Yes, Vedi?
Like, do not steal. Is this like the 4 regulative principles?
It's the devotional services principles, like or practices, not just principles. To practice regulative principles of Bhakti-Yoga. Basically, same, the ABCD, right? Like chanting of holy names, right? It needs a regulation, right? All of you do. Type in the chat box how many rounds you do every day. I want to see. If you do 0, that's fine. Just give an honest answer. I'm curious too. Okay. 10, 8, yeah. Everyone please reply. If you feel shy, you can reply in a private message, like a direct message to me. I won't share who's doing what. But this will be curious to see. Krishna, maybe you can write your name if you're sitting like 2 at once, because I won't know who has responded. So if you're sitting with your brother or sister, then you type your name also, so I can know who's doing what. Okay, if you're like, so everyone please reply. Even if it's 0, please reply, because I'm seeing all the replies now. 1, 2, 5, 6, 8, 10. Good. All that's good, right? How many of you find it difficult? How many of you find it difficult? You all find it. Most of us find it difficult, right? Most of us find it difficult. Therefore, it is called to have to ask using our intelligence to do certain regulated way of chanting. Okay, whether it's 1 round or 2 rounds, 4 rounds, 8 rounds, with practice we will be able to. We have to sustain that number, whatever we are doing, whether it's 2, 4, 6. Okay, not get overwhelmed also. At the same time, not try to go down also. It should not like 1 day 16, then 0, then 4, then 2, then 16, and then when like 1 week left, no chanting. Then again after 2 days, okay, let me chant. Rather than doing that, it is better to stay, okay, I'll chant 4. I'll chant 4 for some good time, good few months, even 1 or 2 years, and then I will increase if I'm Okay. Okay, so that's called regulation. Regulation, right? Regulation means balance. Regulations mean not jumping up and down. Right? That's regulation. To regulate. Same with reading, hearing also. Like, for example, even in studies, if one day you study, let's say 5 hours, and 1 week you don't study like 0 hours, would it be nice, or would it be nice you study 1 hour every day? What's better? Tell me. And why? Yes, Radesh?
It'd be better to study like 1 hour every day, so it's more like constant, and
Mhm.
then like you can like remember more stuff better and like that.
Nice. Very nice. Good point. Yes, Chakrika?
You should have like a limit of everything, like studying is limited, reading is limited, and everything.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Okay. So chanting of the holy names, it also includes studying scriptures, right? Which we are trying to do, trying to make it fun and interesting. What else? It would be hearing about Krishna, or attending programs, Krishna conscious programs. All that's regulative part. Getting up early, fasting on Ekadashi. How many of you fast on Ekadashi? Just curious. Everyone above 8 years should certainly try. 7 or 8, I think. And in this day and time, there are so many options available. It's not that difficult, right? There can be so many things made on Ekadashi which your parents and elders can do for you. Okay, but you can show the desire that, oh, mom, dad, granddad, I want to fast on Ekadashi, right? And even scientifically and from health perspective also, it is very nice. So why not we do it? If it's good for health, good for body, good for spiritual life, good for everything, then it was a nice idea to do that. So all these are called regulative principles of bhakti. Then also it includes the 4 regulations: no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, etc. No nonsense talking with people of opposite sex, no boyfriend girlfriend thing, because these days a lot of people get entrapped in this wrong things, and then they have wrong association, and they get into wrong things, right? You know what I'm talking about? You all know that. And yeah, these days people, so we have to be very careful, okay, of all these things. Now, sometimes this may be difficult, especially like things like chanting. Now, all of you type in anything from the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga which you really like to do, which you don't feel burdened. Okay? Are you getting the question? Which you really like to do, you don't feel burdened, you love to do that, you really look forward to doing that. It really inspires you, and you don't. Some are saying hearing about Krishna, attending Krishna. And these are just some examples. They're the 5 things. It's not all inclusive list, right? But these are just some thoughts. It doesn't need to be from here. Okay. This is just like a few lists of the few things. There are a lot more things in this category. Following 4 principles of 4 regular. So some devotees like fasting also. Yeah, that's nice. Hearing, reading about Krishna. Very nice. Service or helping senior devotees, right? Parents. Very nice. Eating prasadam, yes, that's also good. We say honoring prasadam. We don't say eating prasadam. We honor prasadam, which I think everyone likes that, right? Making prasadam, yes. Cooking for Krishna is also a very nice service. It's also part of the Bhakti-Yoga process. Then association with devotees. Association of devotees does not mean just to watch movies with devotees, right? So yeah, sometimes we can play, especially in your age. Yes, we should play. We must play with devotees, friends. But we should also do other things like cook together, serve together, distribute books, honor prasadam together, read books together. That's real association. Feeding cows, that's excellent. Going for holy places, all these points are excellent. As I said, this is not an all-inclusive list. How many of you have been to, type in your favorite holy place? Of all the holy places, whether you have been physically or whether you have like through videos or you have read or heard about it, type in your favorite holy place. Feeding cows, serving cows, devotees. Vrindavan, New Vrindavan, Alachua, oh, Chakrika likes Alachua, nice. That's also a holy place. Goshala, yes. All these are excellent. Time flies so fast. I just feel I started and it's already hit 35. Good. Govardhan, etc. Okay, wonderful. So now my question is engaging our mind easy or engaging our senses? Other senses, I mean, mind is also the sixth sense, like physical senses, like hands, legs, ears. What's easy? What do you all say? Senses? Senses. Most of you are saying senses. So now, can someone give me an example where we have to engage our mind in the service of the Lord? Any example? How about chanting? We have to try to engage our mind, right? Because if our mind is thinking about, let's say, pizza, and I'm chanting Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, when will the pizza come? When will my mom make the pizza? I really want to eat the pizza. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Krishna. Or we're thinking about, oh, my friend told me this in the school, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa. When I meet her, I will tell this. How dare she say Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Krishna. She's always doing like this to me. I really hate her. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa. Right? The mind is thinking of something else. So we have to bring back. Practicing shlokas, yes. You have to bring back the mind, which is a little difficult, right? Because Arjuna also said it's very difficult. But how about senses? Are they easier? Relatively easier, right? For example, cooking for Krishna. If you're cooking, right? The mind will be absorbed. Like, let's say you are dancing for Krishna. Who will like to dance for Krishna? Right? I think you all, Avnivati, I thought you like dancing. Maybe we should have a dance competition, I think. So all those, this is optional thing, okay? It's a New Year challenge for you, okay? So you have to make a solo dance video for Krishna. It should be 2 to 3 minutes, approximately, under 5 minutes, okay? I want to see your how you dance for Krishna, okay? And everyone will see. So you have about two weeks or so. So maybe around 4th January or whatever that Sunday, Saturday comes. So until 4th January, you try to finish that video, 4th, 5th January. And by Saturday, the following Saturday, we will see all those videos together. Who all want to take the challenge? Who all want to try? Don't feel shy. It's for Krishna, right? It's the best use of our senses, our hands, our legs, right? Everyone, please try. Even the boys can try. It's not just for girls, okay? Don't feel that only girls can. Boys can also. I also like to dance for Krishna, right? So Prabhupada also used to like to dance for Krishna. You know, my spiritual master Radhanath Maharaj also likes to dance for Krishna. So dancing is an expression. Actually, I made a video on this. There was a very nice, Lord Chaitanya also used to dance for Krishna. So this is a very, very nice thing, right? So don't feel shy. Yes, Karina, please.
Can you also do the dance with a friend?
Yeah, why not? Who is stopping us? No one is stopping. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so the engaging senses is easier, right? That's the point. So now, if we can't do that, someone says, no, I can't do a lot of chanting. I'll do, but some things we like to do and some things we should do, right? For example, who likes to study? Very, very few people like to study, isn't it? Everyone wants to play. If given a choice between study and play, tell me honestly, what will you pick? Honestly, tell. Type in your answer. Okay, tell 1 or 2. 1 is study, 2 is play. What will you pick if given a choice? Honest choice. 2, 2, 2, 2. Most of devotees are saying 2. I will also pick 2. So I'm with you. Maybe 1 or 2 will pick 1. So therefore, you know, Karina is very intelligent. She'll pick both. Huh? Therefore, we have to have a fine balance. Okay. So we have to do things which we like to do. Okay. And things which we should do. Now, all of you have a list of things which you like to do, whether it's dancing for Krishna, whether it's reading, whether it's fasting, whether it's doing this or that. And there's a list of things which you should do. For example, chanting even 1 round, 2 rounds. And the more you do, your practice. The point here is practice. The more we practice, the more we will get better. Isn't it? Anyone knows a story about practice? By doing practice, they got better? Or any story connected to the theme of practice? Anyone knows a story? You all know the story. But when I tell you, you'll be able to recall. How about Arjuna practicing in the night time to shoot, right? One day what happened? Bhima, who liked to eat, he was eating, the lights went off, it was dark. And he was still able to put the food in his mouth. How many of you can do that? When the lights are off, you put the food in your nose or in your eyes, in the ear, neck. Where does the food go? Even if the lights are off, the food in your hands, it goes to the mouth. How does that happen? Have you wondered? And you don't try. Okay, maybe I'll try here. Oh, I missed a little bit. Let me try a little bit here. Oh, okay, now finally I get it. Does that happen? In one go, we pick and it goes in the mouth, isn't it? How? Why? Because we have been practicing. We have been practicing. So Arjuna, when he saw that, wow, Bhima, he's expert in eating. He likes to eat and does a lot of practice for eating. Why can't I do that same for my military skill, shooting? Then he started to practice. Whole night he would practice. His name is Gudakesha. He had conquered the sleep. And he would practice in the dark as well. So that's the power of practice. There are so many stories. How many of you have seen a well in your life? You've seen a well? Well, how did they have a rope tied to the well. And there's a stone connected to a pulley and the rope goes through the pulley. You can see some video if you have not seen. And there's the stone, the rope is touching the stone. Is the rope hard or the stone hard? One is rope, two is stone. Which is harder? One or two? The stone is harder, right? One is rope, two is stone. So all of you agree that the stone is harder? Can the rope, which is softer, much softer than the stone, leave a mark on the rope? Some of you are saying yes. Can you elaborate? Who will elaborate? Yes, Vedi.
Like,
sorry, I can't hear you. Rama? Sorry, your network was a little off. Can you retry?
yeah, I think I froze. If you keep if it's continuous, the rope can leave a mark eventually.
Very nice. If there's a continuous, motion between the rope and the stone, although the stone is very hard, still there will be a mark, right? Similarly, there may be certain things which we not like, but if we keep doing, right, we will learn through those, we will grow, and we will be able to get better. Okay, so practice. Then after practice, we have to see, there's a practice triangle. Okay, we have to see, get feedback and see how can we do better, isn't it? Then we move on to refine or improve. So whole life is basically this, right? We practice, there will be some mistakes we will make, right? It's not that in the first go, everything will become perfect. Have any of you learned anything in life just by doing one time? Whether it's cycling or swimming or any new skill, cooking, making cookies or something, anything you do. Like some of you made cookies yesterday or day before. Sometimes the shapes are odd, but you do it more and more and more, it gets better, right? Will anyone of you like to share your experience? Is it true? Does that happen? When you do it more and more, it gets better. Navya, you want to share your experience? Did you observe that when you were making cookies? Did you feel it, that the shape was getting better or consistency was better when you did it again and again? Or you made the perfect in the first go?
I had to keep practicing.
You kept practicing? Very nice. How about Chakrika?
We can improve in our mistakes. And also mistakes are valuable and you can keep trying until you get it.
Nice. Yes, Krishna, what's on your mind?
Like if you're making a cookie for Krishna, I never did make the cookie, but
I can't hear you. Please get closer to the microphone.
So like making a cookie for Krishna is difficult, but as you keep on trying to, as you keep on making it so many times, the shape improves and you improve making the cookie.
Very nice. Excellent points. Excellent. Yes, Mahima, what's on your mind?
So when I bake, I kind of think of it like when Mother Yashoda was trying to tie Krishna, she had to try so many times before she can finally perfect the knot. And that's the same for me when I'm cooking. I need to try so many times before I can make the right thing.
That's excellent. That's a very good consciousness to always have the positive outlook. It's excellent point. So yeah, the point is, okay, if we can't engage, someone says, well, really I can't do chanting, is that we don't have to, as parents, for those who may be seeing, we don't have to really pressurize the kids too much. And kids, you should see that, is it really a pressure or is it really something, But at least we should engage our senses then. If we can't engage our mind, then at least senses. We can do like cooking for Krishna, serving Krishna, washing pots, so many things we can do. And always remember that the results of our activities are also for the Supreme Lord. When we are studying, we get grades, we get the best grade, and say, Krishna, this is for you. Krishna, you are my worshipable, you are my friend, you are my everything. And this is for you. I'll tell you a small story about this, that how Lord is the best friend. Want to hear a story? Okay, in the village of Mathura, there lived a pious and wealthy man. His business started dwindling, going down. Dwindle, for those who don't know this word, write it down. Everyone knows this word, dwindle? Dwindle? Okay, so I think you're all in different grades, but even those who know, you should always, some words are very deeper. So you do this as a homework, dwindle. The short meaning is going down. So the business was going down, and he asked God Govinda for protection. The Supreme Lord appeared for him and asked, my child, what do you want? What has been troubling you? The businessman said, I had a vision, I had a dream, which I could see my past life, but I'm confused what I saw in that vision. Can you clear my doubts, Govinda? Lord Govinda. Lord said, yes, my son, please tell me what is confusing you. The businessman said, I saw that whenever I was happy, there were two pairs of footsteps. Wherever I went, there were two pairs. One of them was mine, and the other person walking besides me. Who was he or she? I don't know. God said, it was me, my child. I'm always with you. The businessman was very happy, right? Are you able to follow? Right? And I'm very grateful for your presence, but currently I'm going through a very tough time. And in my vision, I see only one footsteps. Looks like you have abandoned me. You have left me out. I'm left alone in this race. The God said, the one pair of footsteps you see during the difficult times are mine. I carry you in my arms, my son, my daughter. I will never desert you. This is true friendship. God never leaves us. We may leave him, but God never leaves us. Had you heard this story before? Right? Some of you may have heard, most of you. Okay. Some of you, for some of you, it was new. So therefore, we should do regulated devotional service. We should do some activities which we like and some activities which we should. So now, as a part of your homework, you'll learn that verse, and you'll also write a list of some activities which you like to do in some devotional service and some activities which you should do. Then a fine balance of that is nice, right? Should do based on your current situation. I mean, I don't expect, your parents don't expect you to chant 16 rounds at this point, but a nice, healthy challenge is good. Okay, and we also discuss practice. I want to discuss alarm clock, but if you have questions, we'll take questions. If not, then I'll talk about the alarm clock. Anyone has questions, thoughts, anything you want to ask? Ethereal has a thought.
So, I think in one of the slokas in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna said that when we come to him, like we don't leave him, but actually we do come down to the material world if we're proud or something.
So is that the question? That if we go to God, then how do we come back? Is that the question? If we go to his planet, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a very tricky question, actually a very intelligent question. The point here is that how did we develop that envious nature or that pride in our hearts to enjoy separate from God is a very difficult point to trace, okay? Or to get back to that point is very difficult. But the more important point to understand and to figure out is how to get back. For example, if someone is drowning in the ocean, okay? Someone is drowning. Will that person try to, and there's a ladder, like a ship is there, and the ship has thrown like a tube to rescue that person, connected to a rope. So now, let's say you're in the ship, ethereal is in the ship trying to help that person who's drowning. And that person asks, tell me who threw me in the water. Tell me why I'm drowning in this here. Tell me. What will you say, ethereal?
I don't know.
Yeah, no. Okay. Who would like to say what should be a good response there? Navya?
I would just say that don't worry about who threw you in. Just worry about who threw you out. Just worry about how you can come back in the boat.
Perfect. That's what Prabhupada said. Navya followed footsteps of Prabhupada. Good job. Right? So then does this help? So we are in this ocean of material world, right? It's also called ocean. So how, when, where, how we get in there is a very difficult question to answer. At this point, we should focus more on how to get out, and yet be assured that once we get there to the kingdom of God, we will be happy in the eternal kingdom of God. How many of you have drank a very hot liquid, let's say milk or soup or something, and burnt your tongue or something? Almost everyone, right? What was your experience when you were drinking the same liquid again? Anyone? Yes, Rama? Let's try. Let's say that is, yeah, please tell.
When I drank it, when it was hot, I felt like burning, but I waited for it to cool down, and it tasted much better.
Once burnt, twice shy. You heard this? Once burnt, twice shy. So basically, it ties back again to the practice triangle. So it could be for a mistake also. We did something, we look for feedback, or we look for something, basically introspect or retrospect, right? This phase is basically introspect, either internally or externally. We ask others, how did we do? Or we just self-reflect, how did we do? And then we try to improve it. So once burnt, twice shy. We don't repeat the same mistake again. Very nice. So maybe alarm clock we'll cover next time, because it's now almost time. The alarm to end the class is there. And also, yeah, the invocation mantra everyone must have learned, but just in case someone is still left out, they can go along to this question. So yeah, and don't forget your dance, right? Dance for Krishna. Purbi, will you do? Purba, Purbi? You like dancing, right? Everyone must try. And in the background, either you can sing or you can play already a lot of bhajans on YouTube and kirtans and everything. So, okay, you can do there as well. You can take ideas from there, like Madhava's also. The Madhava's rock band, they have a lot of things like this. Very nice to tell something. You heard?
Prabhuji, the Madhava's rock bands are my favorite
are my favorite.
Really? Wow, that's wonderful. Very nice. Any last comment, question? We'll do the alarm clock next time. But just to give a teaser, I'll show you one thing. Yes, Vedi?
What is
No.
our, or like what is,
Yeah. Try now. I can hear you.
what verse are we supposed to memorize for homework that you said to do?
Try now. Oh, the invocation. Om Purnamada. Yeah, you're right, actually. You're right. Oh, Ishapanishad. Yes, yes. Ishapanishad. I'll share the link of that verse. But you like to see alarm clock? You want to learn some lessons from the alarm clock? Okay. We won't discuss the lessons, but since we like to really do something, so this is a funny video and on a funny note. Okay. Okay, so this person has set up this bed, which has a lot of things.
And this is what it looks like.
So now he's going to. There's a lot of motors and hydro, the pneumatics and air.
I've been using this bed to wake up for the past 4 years.
This is bed.
And this is what it looks like.
This is the world's biggest alarm clock.
Hi, Mom!
It's going to bed now. It's time to wake up. When his alarm rings, that's how the bed does.
But he was like bouncing up and down, and then I was like imagining a person's like a head shaking like that.
Isn't that interesting? How many of you use an alarm clock to wake up?
I use an alarm clock, but not an alarm clock like something like that. I use a phone alarm clock, not like an actual bed alarm clock or something that like shakes me up.
Yes, nice, Karina. Yes, Krishna.
So if I got that alarm clock, I would have to wear some knee pad kind of thing because I'm not used to bouncy stuff.
Oh, yes, Mahima, what was on your mind?
I also have an alarm clock that makes noises, and the alarm clock here looks like it really hurts.
Oh. How many of you use your parents as alarm clocks? Oh, Krishna, everyone. Oh my God, see? I caught the wrong nerve. Okay, so we'll talk about it next time. So you have live human alarm clock, and sometimes they may really shake you up, right? Do they really help? Do like this clock? You have this, you don't need this expensive bed. You have your parents to shake you up. How many parents put water? You put water on you? Rama. There are different levels. First will be a pleasant voice, Rama, get up, time to get up. Then there'll be some shaking. Then there'll be like cyclonic shaking. And then they'll be like, get throw out of the bed. So we'll talk about the 5 categories or 4 categories of alarm clock and the 4 categories of people. And we'll link it to a lot of meaningful lessons in life. Okay. But try to do your homework and prepare your project. Your project is your dance. The new year is coming. So yes, Krishna. Yes, what's on your mind?
Some alarm clocks make you shake off the bed. Some of
Yes,
them.
absolutely. The one we saw was a good example, right?
Maybe if they're so sleepy, they might even sleep on the floor.
How many of you sleep on the floor? Anyone sleeps on the floor? Lama sleeps on the floor sometimes. How many of you have tried it? How many of you liked it? Or you felt your sleep was better or your waking up was better? No? Okay. See, the point is, whatever it helps us to be more Krishna conscious. If you think it helps us to get better sleep, if you think it helps us to get up on time, then it's good. If you think it's not, then it's fine. Ultimately, the point is to get up on time and have a good sleep. Okay, so thank you for your time, for your enthusiasm, for your eagerness. So we'll connect again next week. Okay, Hare Krishna, good night. Vancha
Hare
kalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Hare Bol.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Haribo.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Pranam.